This was the last attempt at acoustic paneling right here. These bars represent an early 1980s attempt at trying to diffuse the sound as it bounces around this parallel walled room. This methodology of acoustic paneling is outdated, and we have found that it does not work. That, along with the fact that after 40 years these things have started to crack and come off, and it again adds to the general disrepaired look of the aesthetic of our auditorium. As we follow along here on the walls, the wood paneling was also another answer to the acoustic practice of the 1980s. Again, this flat surface and that flat surface are not practical for any acoustic treatment on any auditorium anywhere. Most auditoriums have a textured panel on the side just so as to diffuse the sound. These perfectly reflect acoustics backwards and forwards, making this almost like an echo chamber, which is not something you want for an auditorium. Along those lines of the acoustics, all of the acoustic paneling, the clouds as they are called in our project, these clouds were installed to be an acoustic response to this gigantic cavernous room, and in fact, don't work. These acoustic panels right above, you can see, are a shade darker because the people who installed them made them cloth, which actually absorbs sound rather than bounces it around the room, making it an even more dubious place to have a performer stand right up where no sound is actually captured. The acoustic improvements we're going to see here in the auditorium are going to be a series of acoustic paneling, which are panels that actually allow the sound to bounce around a lot more than just back and forth. They're textured panels, so it allows also for a little bit of absorption into the walls, wherein the current wood paneling does not allow for any absorption. So what we're trying to do is create better sound and all of the sound that we want to hit people's ears rather than every sound in the room hitting people's ears. That is the benefit of having those acoustic tiling. The tunable curtains are curtains that actually extend along our upper portion of our walls. The upper portion of our walls at the moment are just as reflective as the lower portion. However, the upper portion of our walls allows for a lot more reverberation through the room. The reason we want tunable curtains is so that when you push the curtains all the way back, that reverberation exists. And so for a big band concert where you want a lot of reverb, you want a lot of sound bouncing around, it allows for a much more expansive feel to the room. Whereas when you are having a spoken word event, such as a meeting or even a play, you don't want so much reverb bouncing around the room. You want actually to feel a little bit more intimate and sound more intimate. And when you pull those curtains along the walls for that particular event, it allows for people to hear what we want them to hear. So it allows for a lot less reverb. It allows for a lot of less bounce. It makes it feel like you're in the same room. You can see that these, what are called the cheeks of the stage, you can see that they sort of frame the stage. These cheeks are concave, which means that most of the sound that comes in here goes along this wall and out, and actually doesn't bounce out towards the audience. It actually absorbs more than it does. What we're proposing for our auditorium renovation is to make them from concave to convex, actually pushing these cheeks out so that the sound coming off the stage actually reflects out into the audience where we want it to. And making this a lot more attractive.